Hi everybody, welcome to episode number 2 of Life Beyond the Performance. Today I'm going to answer the question that I get asked all the time. Why did I decide to leave the Metropolitan Opera and move across the ocean? The answer might surprise you. I had the incredible fortune of finishing my formal education as a member of the Lindemann Young Artist Development Program at the Met, and then I went on to subsequently spend 12 years on the Met's full-time musical staff. Wow, it was great to spend my formative years at the beginning of my career there. I was surrounded by really high achievers, the highest achievers of our industry, brilliant conductors, wonderful artists both on the stage and in the pit, really high production values, and at that time a really good salary and really a lot of job security. So there were not so many days during those 14 years when I wasn't incredibly proud to be a member of the company and that I was not really excited to go to work every day. So then why would I decide to leave this company that I thought was the greatest company in the world and move across the ocean to a country where I didn't speak the language and I didn't really know anyone? The answer might surprise you. The answer that I normally give is that I'm a person who is constantly seeking new experiences and new challenges. That is absolutely true, absolutely. But it actually goes much deeper than that. It's all about purpose. During my last year at the Met, I started to feel like something was not right. My career was going really fabulously well, and I had an abundance of really, really great projects. But I found myself starting to get caught up in all these like ego-driven obsessions about certain aspects of my career, which singers were coming to coach with me, which singers were asking me to play concerts, and then that, in the way that the world tends to want to balance things out, led to the other side of me going, oh no, what happens if that all stops and my phone stops ringing, and then what does that mean? Who am I? Because my entire identity was wrapped up in being Carrie-Ann Matheson, Metropolitan Opera. And it all felt like it could just crumble at a moment's notice. So for the first time, going to work started to feel like a chore, and really more often than I was comfortable with, I started to feel like I was phoning it in and I was distracted. So I started to really dig deep into what was going on, and then one day I got an email from Maestro Fabio Luisi asking if I would consider coming and joining the staff here in Zurich. I took it as a huge sign. What better way to figure out who I am without the Metropolitan Opera attached to my name than to leave? And so with that, I accepted the job, packed my stuff, and moved to Zurich. And I foolishly thought that the answer to my questions would become immediately apparent. That was wrong. No answers came. It was an immense challenge for me to adjust here. I understood the way things worked at the Met. I understood the people. I understood the culture of the place. I understood the culture of the society. There was a way that things were done there, and I grew up there. So I got it. And that all changed when I got here. Nothing worked the way that it had before, so I lost my balance even more. And I had some really big up and downs and spent a lot of time wondering if I had made the biggest mistake of my life and if I had destroyed my career and my life. I'm happy to say that after 6 years here, I can really easily say that coming to Zurich was one of the very best decisions I've ever made in my life. And the reason is, well, of course, I have had many cool experiences here, but I realized that I had to think about what my purpose was. I had to clearly define for myself, what am I here to do? What are my highest values? And how can I make all my decisions and have all my actions guided by those highest values? So here's the thing about purpose. And I've recently heard it described really, really well by the wonderful sports psychologist, Michael Gervais. And he says, nobody can give you a purpose. It needs to matter to you, or it's not going to play out the way that you want, or at all. Number two, your purpose has to be bigger than you. It has to be motivated in helping something or helping someone. And number three, and perhaps one of the most pertinent to me, is that it's down the road. You just have to be on the path. It's going to shift, it's going to morph as we go, but it's down the road. It's never finite. So I wonder, now that we have all of this time, and now that the world is so uncertain, wouldn't it be great to come out on the other side of this with all of us being a little bit more sure about what our purpose is and what we want to do going forward? Again, who do we want to be going forward? It's the time to look deep inside and start asking ourselves these questions. Thank you for listening. Please let me know what you think. I loved the messages and responses I got to the first video, and I can't wait to hear where you're going with this. Thanks, everybody. Be well.